Hey, mamas. I know that the holidays come chock full of expectations. Our minds swirl with thoughts and memories of the way they've always been, or hope they would be, and who we're supposed to be in that story. But you're navigating the upheaval of your life, and likely nothing feels the same or quite right at the moment. And that's because it isn't. You're in the messy middle of change and transformation, no matter where you are in your divorce process. The bottom line is that the status quo is changing beneath your feet. So what do? You recognize that you are where you are, doing the best you can, and that this is temporary. You are writing your future chapter, holidays included. You can't continue to play a role in an old story. Do the holidays have you feeling triggered? Well, they're just around the corner, and there are ways to get out ahead of them. That's what I want to talk to you about today. I want to help you, and by extension, your kids and your divorce, navigate these upcoming events with as much compassion, ease, and grace as you can muster. I'm calling this conversation Holiday Hall Pass. Hi there, mamas. Welcome to the Intuitive Divorce Podcast. I'm Kristen Noel, certified divorce coach and creator of the Best Self Intuitive Divorce, a game-changing program that transforms the experience and outcomes of divorce, one mother at a time. I call it Divorcing Differently. I'm here each week bringing you a quick message to support, inspire, and empower you to achieve the outcomes you want for yourself and your kids. So let's dive into today's episode. The moment I catch my first whiff of pumpkin spice, I know it's all downhill from there, and that, like it or not, the holiday craze is barreling down upon me and about to descend upon an already packed to-do list and life. Are you nodding your head in agreement? And that's without a divorce in the mix. Let's just acknowledge that holidays can be triggering on a good day, possibly dredging up old memories, having to deal with the unsolicited advice and opinions of family members, or spending time with triggering people, missing loved ones. Oh, and did we mention a contentious presidential election added to the mix? So you need to cut yourself some slack. Right now, right here. Deep breaths. Your life is either currently in a state of upheaval or you're staring at the precipice about to make a massive life move. Either way, it can all feel like too much. And maybe it is. Everything is up in the air. Nothing is the same. And this is where emotions can run amok, having a field day with it all. It's easy to get caught up in all the feelings of the way things used to be, the way things were supposed to be, the way you wanted them to be. And on top of that, we can have selective memories about the holidays of the past. First off, could you start by releasing yourself from any expectation that you are supposed to show up, look, and behave in any way, or that a holiday itself is going to feel like a Hallmark holiday movie? That's a holiday recipe for disaster. Do yourself a favor and don't set yourself up. So what's cooking for you? A plate full of expectation with a side of guilt? I hope not. Let's choose to dish up something else instead. Are you worried about your kids and what their holidays will be like? Are you comparing yourself to others, pressuring yourself about how you should show up, and if you will have enough energy to show up as the hostess with the mostess? Could you interrupt this regularly scheduled program a moment and allow yourself to step out of that so that you could try to see it differently? Give yourself the grace you would bestow upon an overwhelmed friend in need. Look, when you're in the throes of upheaval, it's hard to feel festive and join the party. No one says you have to be or do anything you aren't up to. However, there's a lot between point A, which is lying in bed hiding beneath the covers, and point B, pasting on a happy face and pretending that everything is fine and nothing's going on in your life. Between the two lies a sweet spot where you can experience what you're experiencing and you can show up for yourself and your kids. So who's setting this expectation anyway? You may be facing challenging situations like dealing with shared custody during the holiday or vying for your kids' attention. Maybe you're still living under the same roof and trying to figure out how you can get through it all while considering what is in your kids' best interests. And yes, the reality is that when a family unit dissolves, many traditions go with it. But here's the good news. New traditions are waiting to take shape. Think about what would bring you the most ease and nurturing during this holiday season. For some, that would include gathering with others. For some, it may be a call to remain quiet. Contemplate both scenarios. Ask yourself what would feel better and recognize that you aren't making a lifelong commitment. You are simply taking steps to support yourself through this moment. What would bring you joy? What would feel more nurturing and easeful? And then lean into that and don't worry what anyone else is demanding of you. I know that sounds harsh, but it is intended to be more in the spirit of self-preservation, less about anyone else and more about you and your needs. What a concept. I know this is likely new territory, but when we don't listen to the voice within or honor what we know to be truth, we betray ourselves and no one wins. Maybe you played the role of Martha Stewart when it came to the holidays, and maybe everything was tied up in a pretty shimmery bow and it all looked good on the outside while you were drained, depleted, and suffocating on the inside. Maybe you're the one who is overcommitting to decorating, cooking, and baking, accepting every holiday party invitation, overindulging in gift giving, etc. It comes in many versions. Maybe you're hiding behind this role you agreed to play so you didn't have to deal with the emotions you're feeling. Maybe it's just too much right now. Could you even imagine giving yourself a hall pass this year? I'm not suggesting you toss your traditions if that doesn't resonate with you. Instead, could you declare something like this? I've got a lot on my plate already. I love the holidays. I want to provide my kids with the best possible experience and preserve some semblance of normalcy for them. And yet, I see that this year will be different. We are caught in the messy middle. This isn't the way it will always be. But for now, I'm going to consider what I can and can't do right now. And I am committed to not beating myself up for this because the greatest gift to self, my kids, and our future holidays is to take care of my well-being. The future remains unwritten, Mama, but it is being informed by present-day choices. The key to navigating holidays during upheaval is twofold. Remain present and find things to be grateful for. Beautiful sunsets, joyous kids, laughter, health, breathing fresh air. Yes, that's it. I don't care about the rest right now, and neither should you. I know that can sound like a lot of blah, 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 but these are powerful tools of self-care and recalibration, especially when you feel yourself sliding. Don't attempt to recreate the past. Instead, consciously lean into writing the future. Design your holiday. Enlist your kids. Ask them what they would love to do. Ask them what is most important to them, what their favorite parts are. Fold them into the decision-making. Let some things go. Maybe add others. Keep it simple. Shake it up. Make a meal together. Set a beautiful table. Collect items on a walk in nature and decorate your table. Get creative. Spend some time writing gratitude lists that you can share after dinner. Allow yourself to exhale and release the pressure of this old image you're holding yourself accountable to. We've all woken up the day after a holiday a bit spent, exhausted, and over-leveraged. Perhaps the time is now to shake it up, to be true to yourself. Most of all, break free from shoulds and allow yourself to remember that even though you may not feel like it right now, you are a fierce mama. You are not giving up. You want more from life for you and your kids, and you are bravely navigating dark, murky, emotional waters. Instead of being triggered by what once was, what's missing, what still doesn't feel right, remember what is possible. You are on your way and can still experience joy as you go. Seize the little moments, hold them close, count your blessings, and consider giving yourself a holiday hall pass. You've got this, Mama. And I send you blessings and courage and fierce mama love as you go. Thanks for listening to today's episode, but more importantly, for making this time for yourself. If you're a professional, independent mother facing off with divorce, Struggling with your emotions, worried about your kids and your future, and want a better way to navigate it all? I've got 2 ways to completely change the trajectory of your divorce and your life starting today. The first is our free divorce workshop. In this training, you'll learn the 3 steps to get off the emotional roller coaster and take control of your divorce so you can save time, money, and heartache for you and your family. Simply go to intuitivedivorce.com/workshop. And the second way is to book a free strategy call with our team, where we'll dive into your situation, your struggles, what you really want, and outline a path to get you there. For a short video and the booking link, go to intuitivedivorce.com/call. Check it out, and I'll see you inside. Now I have a favor to ask you, Mama. If you enjoyed this conversation and were inspired in your own divorce, please subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss future juicy talks. And I'd be so grateful if you'd leave a review so together we can help other mamas walking in the same shoes.